If you are a beginner who is interested in learning the Bible, then you are in the right place. Everyone knows that the Bible is a collection of religious texts held holy by Christianity, Judaism, Samaritanism, Islam, the Baha'i faith, and many other Abrahamic faiths. There are a variety of texts in the Bible, originally written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Koine Greek. Texts include instructions, stories, poetry, prophecies, and other genres. A biblical canon is a collection of materials accepted as part of the Bible by a particular religious tradition or community. Although most Bible believers consider the text to be divinely inspired, how they interpret it varies from person to person. People from all over the world are constantly wondering where to start reading the Bible. The answer is one: don't start reading from the beginning. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't read the beginning of the Bible. You should. You just shouldn't start there. Why? Well, for starters, the Bible isn't a single book. It's a collection of 66 literary works written over 16 centuries by over 40 authors. It is a diverse collection with different styles, unique voices, different purposes, and incredible stories. Here are my suggestions to begin reading the Bible. First, you should start reading the Gospel of John. In John's Gospel, Jesus is emphasized and what he has done for us is explained. The book is filled with fascinating stories and unique interactions Jesus had with people. Jesus' identity and the implication of this for us is a major focus of John's Gospel. Several times a year, I read through this powerful Gospel. In fact, I believe it's the perfect Gospel to begin with if you've never studied the Bible before. You will gain a solid understanding of Jesus' life and work through this book. Now, you could start with any of the Gospels. Matthew, Mark, and Luke will give you a great overview of Jesus' life from birth to death. But John's approach is unique, and I think the best one to start with. The whole Bible centers around Jesus. So before you read any other book of the Bible, you should get a solid understanding of who Jesus is. Then you should continue with reading the Gospel of James. While the Gospels tell us about Jesus and what he has done, much of the rest of the New Testament focuses on how followers of Jesus should live in light of what Jesus has done. While I think the Gospels are the best place to start if you are wondering where to start reading the Bible, James is a great book to read right after. James highlights the necessity for followers of Jesus to act in accordance with their faith. Being a Christian isn't something you believe in, it's a person you follow. James challenges believers to make sure what they believe aligns with how they are living. This is one of the most practical and challenging books in the Bible. It's a book that followers of Jesus should continue to go back to time and time again. After that, the best book to continue is Proverbs. Proverbs is a book of wisdom for our day-to-day life. It's a great starting point to get in practical direction in your life and faith. The style of writing in the book of Proverbs makes it easy to read and understand. Since there are 30 chapters in the book, you have to read a chapter every day in order to finish it in a month interval. Last but not least, you have to continue with the book named Romans. Many letters of Apostle Paul, who wrote them at the early churches, became books of the Bible. These letters center around living in light of the resurrection. Each letter has a unique take based on what the church was facing. The book of Romans was written to the church in Rome and is one of the most theologically deep letters Paul wrote. It's a great book to read after you've read a gospel, as it will give you a great foundation of how to live in light of Jesus' resurrection. And finally, you should read the Psalms. The incredible thing about the Psalms is that there is a psalm for every mood you are in. If you are happy, sad, discouraged, hopeless, lost, or anything else, there's a psalm for you. You can read straight through the book of Psalms, but I suggest you to simply read a few chapters based off what you are feeling. What I think is incredible about this book is that it can help you express your feelings and turn your thoughts to God. This is a great book to turn to regularly to relate to and find comfort.